Ooh, say, is it chilly in here? Hi guys, welcome back to the Sazon Cooking Show. I'm of course your host Victor, and today we're going to be making turkey chili. This is a family recipe that my mom has made, and we've been eating it for years. It's freaking delicious. And without further ado, let's get into what you'll need to make it. So to make this process as easy as possible, what we're gonna go ahead and do is prep all of our veggies, because that's gonna be the first thing that goes into the pan before we start adding all the beans. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a cutting board and we'll start with the onion. Got the onion, let's cut it down through the root. Nice. And we're gonna go ahead and peel back that top layer by cutting off the top. Waterworks are starting. Whew, I hate onions. Okay, so we're looking for roughly like quarter cup. Okay, so I forget what this is called. There's a certain technique to do this. I don't remember, but basically what you're gonna wanna do is make little cuts all through here. Oh God, I can't see anything. Very dangerous with a knife. Great, marvelous. Okay, and then what you're gonna wanna do, see how we have those vertical lines? It's really great. We're gonna cut 2 lines down this way, work through pain. Okay, so it's really hard. You have to hold it together and also not slice off your fingers at the same time. It's quite a fun little exercise. Now see what we've done here is made a bloomin' onion, and then when you chop it, boom, diced onion. Okay, and if you missed any chunks, just go through and bowl for onions. Okay, next up we have our jalapenos. Now for jalapenos, the trick is if you want it spicier, you keep the seeds in. Not so spicy, take the seeds out. We're gonna do no seeds because I'm the only one in my family who really likes the spicy. So I'm gonna go ahead and just cut them open. Try to make the seed removal a little easier. Try to brush these out with the knife here. Little smacks. There we go. And for anyone who's curious, don't touch your eyeballs after you've handled any pepper, seeds, or anything. It's real bad news for you. Now let's just chop them up. I'm just gonna go for a little rough chop here. Now that I've cut up the jalapenos, next thing I'm gonna go ahead and do is take the garlic, mince it up real fine. Just like in the pasta video that we made, garlic is all up to you. So I'm probably gonna use 4 to 5 cloves of garlic. These look a little smaller, so let's say 5. Okay, now that we got my 4 to 5 cloves, what we're gonna do is the old smash and peel. 5. Okay, mincing is really hard. Garlic press would work, or if you wanna buy pre-bought minced garlic, you could do that. Okay, so now we have all of our cloves sliced, but now the trick is we want them minced. So that's gonna require us going through and really making sure they are like small, tiny, small pieces. Okay, and there's our beautiful minced garlic. This is gonna go in a separate bowl because it does not go in with our onions and jalapeno. In goes the garlic. Now that the garlic is done, what we're gonna go ahead and do is get a pan on the stove top with some oil. That way we can cook up the onion jalapeno mix and get the rest of the ingredients in. Okay, just so you know what I'm cooking with, it's a 16-quart pot. We're gonna move it over to the stove top. Then I'm gonna bring the onion and jalapenos over. But first, let's go over here. We're over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this, slap this on medium heat, get some oil in. We're looking for about 3 to 4 tablespoons. And gonna let that warm up a little bit. I'm gonna get the onion mix. Okay, and I'm a little short on cameras today, so you're gonna see that one in there, and you're not gonna see a lot of me, but you'll hear me talking as we go through the process of making all this. Got it? Great. Let's go back to the pot. So the way to test if your oil is ready is to put an onion in there, and see how it's lightly sizzling around the edges? That means we can go ahead and dump in our mix. Yeah, that's nice. Get our mix in. Great, and we're just gonna go ahead and start mixing it around. The trick here is to look for onions that are starting to get a little bit translucent. We just want them to be a little clearer, really showing that they're cooking down and reducing. And once we see that, we'll go ahead and add our garlic. Okay, and sorry guys, like a buffoon, I forgot you need to add bell peppers. So we're just gonna cook those along with the onions, and they'll finish cooking when we add everything else in. It's getting fragrant, so it's about time we add in the garlic. Okay, in goes our garlic. Now remember, we want the garlic to soften, not burn. That's kind of the trick here. Garlic cooks kind of fast. Now that this is kind of done and mixed up, we're gonna go ahead and add our turkey, and additionally, we're gonna add our Sazon Chorizo Seasoning and Sazon Adobada Seasoning. This is gonna give so much flavor to our dish. So let me go ahead and drop the turkey in. And for the turkey, it's actually better to use a higher fat concentration than the one I have. I got a 93 lean, 7 fat. It's not really what I wanted. I would have preferred something a little fattier to get the juices really in there. Okay, what we're doing is adding in a 1/4 cup of our adobada seasoning and a 3/4 cup amount of our chorizo seasoning. Just go ahead and dump that in, and we're gonna mix everything, get it nice and delicious. Now you can actually wait to add the seasoning in a later step when we start incorporating the beans. I just wanted to get the flavor really steeped into the meat here when we're cooking it. That way the flavor's charred in. Yeah, see, I'm starting to get all that smoky char out of there. General cook time of like 5 to 8 minutes on a medium to medium high heat. What we gotta do now is open up all of our beans and diced tomatoes, drain them, put them in the pot, mix it up, keep cooking. First things first, let's get the tomatoes. So let's dump the liquid out, open up the beans. Now you'll notice in this recipe, there's a lot of variety of beans. It's kind of fun for color, but also you get different flavor profiles on every single one of them, so makes it a whole little adventure. Ugh, why is bean liquid so slimy? Next can. Okay, so what we're gonna do is take all the beans over, give this one little final toss up. So now add all of our, boom, tomatoes, pinto beans, black beans, kidney beans, white navy beans. Okay, got all of our beans in. Start mixing them in. You don't need to add any additional liquid, guys. These beans have plenty of it. Stir it around occasionally, and we're kind of looking for a light boil, and then we'll look for the chili to start reducing, and then we'll be done. Also, just so you guys have a time frame, this should take about 30 to 45 minutes of stirring occasionally. Just make sure everything is really cooked. So one of the things you're gonna wanna do once this is kind of cooking is add a bunch of cilantro. Just grab like, I don't know, I'll show you. Let it rest right on top of there, and then you're gonna let it cover and cook. Ta-da! Easy. All right, so we've been stirring occasionally and letting this cook for about 40 minutes now. This is good chili. So now what we're gonna do is actually try to get these cilantros out of here. Ow! Maybe use tongs, don't be like me. Ow! Got it. Only burnt my fingers a little bit. Let it cool down a little bit. It's gonna help all the flavors just kind of get a little more familiar with each other. It's gonna set the chili more and have more of that chili goodness. Chili. Cover back on that. We're gonna slide it off the heat. Alrighty, now with the chili done, what we're gonna do is fast forward for you guys, and I'm gonna move the chili front and center so you guys can see it, really get the texture, the feel of it, how it should look when you're cooking it at home. So ready? Fast forward. Let's bring it over, show you guys what all of our hard work did today. Take that lid off. Wow, that looks like magic. See that viscosity, like that kind of thickness? Everything reduced so well. The smell is incredible, my God. There's only one thing really left to do, and that's to not burn my mouth and try this. Deceased. Make this. Let's go through it. I love that every bean gives this a different flavor. That's fun. And looking at it visually, there's just a good aesthetic within the colors. The overall flavor of the chili from the Sazon seasoning, the chorizo and the adobada, I can't even explain it. It's so freaking good. The heat from the jalapeno was perfect. 2 jalapenos to this amount was great because it was just it's trying to be hot, but it will not hurt the mouths of anyone who cannot take heat. I genuinely think this is a perfect level of heat for a chili. And you get a little bit of the onion too. It's just everything so well incorporated. Leave it to my mother to figure out the best chili recipe known to mankind. And if chili's not really your thing, make sure you guys visit us over at www.don'tsazon.com, where you can check out our full collection of seasonings, all of which better than the next. We obviously used a combination on this one, which allows us to not use salt or pepper because everything's already within the mixes that we have. Find the one that interests you most, order it online, and get it shipped straight to your doorstep. And guys, I really can't emphasize enough how great this dish is. Not only is it just really simple, minus all the turning for the beans, but the outcome is incredible. You could feed like 9 people with this. And what we like to do is use a little bit of sharp cheddar cheese, grate it over your individual size bowls, and a little bit of sour cream to just take the meal to the absolute next level. And it's really simple things like that that are gonna make this whole dish even more personalized. Add a little bit of cilantro, you know, add some extra jalapenos for spice. Whatever it is that you wanna do to make sure that this dish is perfect and just the way you want it, do it and make it your own. And with all that being said, make sure you try this recipe, tag us at Don't Sazon on Instagram, because we wanna make sure that you guys know how to use our products in every way possible. We're trying to make cooking fun again. Super easy, super flavorful, and keeps those tummies happy. So until next time, guys, I'm Victor, and remember, a house isn't a home without Don't Sazon. Can't wait to cook with you guys again.